What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Techtonica. This is a game where you awaken in a cryopod deep down in a subterranean xenoplanet mine, and you've got to remove material to get yourself out of the way. And how are you going to do that? With copious quantities of automation and exploration. We're going to dive on in today and take a look at the demo that's freely available. You can check it out right now. I've got a link for you down below in the description where that'll be listed. And then on top of that, you can take a look down below for Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to swing through live. But I spent about 30 minutes with the game, and it seems like it's got some interesting takes and some stuff going on. And it's in a fairly primitive form, but I do want to check it out because I've been on I don't know if this ever happens to you, but I've been on kind of a weird factory game bent lately. Normally, I strongly dislike automation games, but ever since Junk Punk, dude, all I want to do is spaghetti base and make conveyor belts. And I don't know what's gone wrong with my brain, but I feel like I need to chase this feeling and I need to indulge it. Otherwise, it's going to convert into some kind of disease. And so anyways, let's go ahead and dive in and check out the game. We'll start a new one on up and let's see if this is worthy of your wish list, shall we?
Warning, structural integrity failing. Emergency resuscitation of all personnel initiated. Exit this facility and report to Production Terminal Lima.
Okay, so apparently we have awakened inside of a spooky room, but look, it's got festive moss. Apparently I can gather the festive moss. I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. I'm out here collecting hay all day. Alright, so... Okay, yeah, the door is unpowered. Fair enough. You're just gonna keep saying, okay, fine, that's cool. I figured we'd maybe have a little bit more information. What about the hatch over here?
Hatch inoperative. Hydraulic failure detected.
Okay.
Your medical status is diagnostic failure.
It's okay, my mental status is also diagnostic failure.
Unknown.
Inside the crate, we've got some resources over here. We can go ahead and grab all these, and this is going to be the stuff that we need in order to start crafting. This is basically a brief introduction to the fact that things need to be powered. And so, since we don't really have access to anything too crazy right now, we are building ourselves, as you can see from the progress meter down here, a crank generator. It's not going to produce crank. We're not going to end up on a DEA watch list. However, it is going to allow us to and open the door. So let's go ahead and we'll put that right there. Yeah, sure. Licensing is good. You should probably license me for all of the technologies. That would probably be the best thing to do right now. But given what I know about games like this in Factorio, you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to force me to earn them all by producing lots of cogs. All right, so if we inspect the generator, we can crank it. There we go. We have cranked it, so it will last for 5 minutes. I would like to see an animation right there where the character actually stands right here, grabs the handle, and does a hurf with a little progress meter that cranks it up. I feel like that would be a tad more immersive than just clicking on sort of these utilitarian UI implements right here and it just being and instantly filling up. But it's a minor complaint. It's not a big thing, but I always like to err on the side of things that are immersive because immersion speaks to me as a gamer. I like it. So if I hold down F, I can get that back. Yeah, I'll take it back. Why not? And then there we go. We got our generator back.
Casualties detected.
Yeah, no kidding. A little bit of a rockfall situation over here, but he does have a pretty sweet cube. Let me dive on into your cubes, brother.
Breaker, you are a sight for very sore eyes. I can't get a read on your voice or ID signal, but I'm gonna assume you work for me. We wouldn't get much done if we tried it the other way around. Let's go.
Okay, that's a little bit of a brief. Who are you? And why are you speaking through the power of the cube? Are you a god? Should I be worshiping you right? Should I fall prostrate and divert my eyes to the heaven? Nay, I raise my eyes to face the heavens, but only the moon looks down. All right, let's go ahead and we'll gather up some plant matter here because I know super secrety secrets. I'm going to need this in just a minute. So all of these mushrooms are going to be the foundational implement of our great and powerful empire, which is forged in the fung. All right, let's go ahead and grab a little bit more of that stuff up there. Very nice. Looks good. I think 100 should probably be about enough. I don't think we're going to need much more than that. There are other little factory areas over here that are already functioning, but it looks like they've kind of died and are no longer... I mean, the drills are working. They're thrusting away into the unknown, but everything else seems to be kind of stalled out. We do have a pickaxe right here. I would like to rearrange my inventory. Can I put my pickaxe like on my 1 key? There we go. Perfect. Security clearance Z.
Voice authorization required.
Bravo Delta 1.
Access verified.
I'm gonna guess that nobody's used this facility in a while.
Doors, I swear.
Additional reminder. Exit this facility.
Okay, so there is a deconstructing process in this game when you hit things with your pickaxe. It's a little bit rough. I think there could be a little bit more debris fall, maybe. A little bit more impact to it, and like the sound of shuffling dirt, or maybe like flowing sand or something like that. In order to get it done, I think a really good observation, like a really good thing to look at for procedural mining done right when it comes to like terrain deformation would be to go ahead and take a look at Coffee Stain and what they did with Deep Rock Galactic.
Your first priority is to inspect that production terminal and start building a factory. Until we hear otherwise, the job is the job. Terminal upgrades provide tech to help build factories, and factories produce the goods required to upgrade the terminals. One hand washes the other. Upgrading the terminal should also restore power to its radio and help us find more places where other people might be trapped.
Okay, but as I was saying, I think Deep Rock Galactic took an idea and they've really just polished that feeling of creating your own procedural mines and knocking chunks out of the wall to just absolute perfection. So that's what I would look at for that system right there, especially if we're going to be doing a lot of digging in this title. Just go download Deep Rock Galactic and just hit the wall for a little bit with a pickaxe and make note of the things the game does, like visually and like with the audio, and like that would be the perfect spot to be in for the digging. All right, so this terminal right here needs 100 iron ore and 100 copper ore. Otherwise, it flat out refuses to function. I'm being extorted by industrial machines.
Drills were the only buildable tech I could recover. Try crafting a few with the materials you've got on you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to power out 3 mining drills. And as far as I can tell, it does like a bunch of sub-processes right here. I don't know if it's like deconstructing these down, because it looks like raw materials-wise, it looks like it's adding the mechanical components, maybe? But then again, it looks like it uses raw components, of which we have like none on us. So I'm kind of wondering if the raw components are like freely interchangeable with like the refined iron and copper, because I see it moving things around in the inventory, but I'm not exactly sure what conversions or what things are taking place. Maybe it's possible that we've got 2 sets of ingredients right here from how I'm looking at the tooltip. Maybe I spoke too quickly. But anyways, we need iron frames and mechanical components, and I'm guessing it's crafting those out of the things that we have on hand. Although I don't seem to be... Ah, there we go. That makes sense. Okay, so that's where it's getting it from. Gotcha. And then the other half is maybe it just takes a really, 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 really long time to craft it out of raw materials. Either way, we have our 3 drills.
Iron and copper veins. You should be able to dump enough ore into this thing to see if self-repair can do the rest.
Okay, so there's an iron mine.
First place, so
There's an iron mine.
be optimistic.
And then maybe I might... I don't know.
Mining drill. Must be built at an ore vein and fueled with plant matter.
I really like that shine that they put on the copper ore. That it looks fantastic. Like, it looks really, really, really good. Like, it looks like it's some kind of, like, butterscotch candy. Like, I just want to lick it off the wall. Is that a normal response to a situation like this? I didn't really want to put... Yeah, let's split it in half. I'll put like 148 right there, and we'll get that going. And as you can see, the machines in this game are fully animated. You can see the mining drill going to town on that wall right there. And if we go inside of it, you can see that it's now producing copper ore. We're going to swing this back on over this way. And actually, I'd like to gather a little bit more plant matter, maybe like 200, before I go too far with this. It'll also give the drill an opportunity to kind of... Oh, I've got Kindle Vine stems. Okay, either way, we've got the plant matter that we need, so I'm going to split these stacks in half. We're going to fuel these things up, and let's fill this cave with dangerous carbon monoxide that we definitely can't breathe and is probably going to lead to long-term health effects. All right, so there we go. All of our drills are drilling away. Our ore is flowing. I don't know if we're, like, done with the copper over here, but I'm going to go take a look. Yeah, copper, you done, see? Are you done? It did hit the 20 that is requisite in order to make the AI hive mind happy.
I'm gonna push you to try for a few more. It'll cost
6
some
drills?
of what you've got coming in for your objectives, and it takes longer to handcraft ingots from raw materials. but factory building is all about short-term pain for long-term gain. The sooner you see things from that perspective, the better off you'll be. Take it to heart.
I mean, they gave me enough stuff for 3 more, so I'm just gonna do it. Kind of wondering if I can get this exposed over here, too. It does look like I can get rid of the wall right here, but can I get rid of it enough to get to where I want to go? Oh, I can mine the copper by hand as well. I had not considered that. Either way, our drills are all ready, and the reason why I kind of wanted to mine this out of the way was largely to see if I could fit another drill over here. Like, I know we've got a couple of other passages around, but I haven't quite gotten to them yet. So let's have a little look-see around. So we've got like a stone wall on this side. We've got a bunch of plants. There's another location where I can put in a drill right here, so we might as well go do that now. That did supply us with a little bit of plant. Get off my clicker. Go away. I don't want you on my clicker. I don't need you right now. All right, so we've got like a few things right here. I want to make sure these are all like properly powered though before I really put them to work. And so let's go ahead and we'll drag those guys. It looks like I can use the Kindle Vine stems as well in order to get things moving. But we need 100 ore and 100 copper ore, and it just wants me to put down the mining drills. So, like, I don't even know if I'm going to power these last 2. I just want to get through the tutorialating. There's not really anything that way. Is there anything over here? What's in this direction? Spooky cave. Yeah, that's a little creepy. A little tiny bit. Where does this go? That dirt looks unnatural to me. I thought so. I had a feeling. What's inside of here? I do like, it makes very smooth doorways. Like, I do like that, though, is that it doesn't look all, like, fragmented and busted up. What do we have right? Oh, this is, like, the back end of that ore vein, I bet. Maybe this is, like, the booty cheeks end of the ore vein. Kind of hard to say. Like, I hear my drill. Oh, this is off to, like, a different side. Okay. Oh, no, it's right underneath me, so I guess the vein goes up higher than I expected. All right. Knock that out of the way. Go. Stop it. Quit it. I don't want to hit my head on you. Go away, limestone. You're the worst. You sedimentary turd. Get out of here. All right, so limestone's been taken care of. We will put another drill right there because, like, why not? The game wants me to. I don't know if this is a wise idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. And then we'll just kind of, like, fuel it, and I'll break it down later if I have to. Do have another ore vein right there as well. Does this connect down through the bottom? It's going to get complicated running all these resources around. I can tell already. Oh, what is this?
This looks like a standard field setup for drilling a new shaft, but there are 2 problems with it. The first problem is that we're at the end of the line. The only thing below here is the core, and this shaft doesn't look like it was cut large enough for freight anyways. The second problem is that nobody asked me first. That's a much bigger problem. If whatever they were up to here was bad enough that they thought I would report it, it must have been very wrong or very dangerous. Or both.
Okay, a little bit of a burn on yourself, but I'm starting to get like a better feeling for how this company operates. Fair enough. I'm just going to slap, I don't really care. I'm just going to like slap another one in right here.
You can never go wrong with more ore.
All right, let's go check our yields because I'm willing to bet we probably have all the stuff we need right now in order to get this thing done. All right, what you got for me, Drill? 180 iron. I like it. Well done, Drill. You shall not go to the punishment sphere. Machines are terrified of the punishment sphere. That's like 90% of the reason why they work hard in the first place. 200 ore right there for the copper. All right, let's slot these things on in and kind of see what our initial goal is going to be. So there you go, and there you go.
Making that many ingots is going to require an automated facility. Mining drills and smelters connected by conveyor belts and inserters. Belts and inserters have been unlocked in your tech tree automatically, but for smelters, you'll need to do a bit of legwork. I've had the production terminal create a scanner. Pick it up and see if you can find the remains of any smelters nearby. Scan Rex,
Okay.
unlock tech. It's that simple.
Let me scan Rex to get techs.
Scan machine fragments to restore tech tree access.
That was a nice little animation. I didn't hate it. So we've got like a data bank. Oh, cool. There's like little corporate brochures on things.
In the tech tree, but you'll need cores to activate them. For now, you should have enough cores to activate that smelter tech once you restore it.
Honestly, what I'm stoked about here is just that I got to clean up the floor right there because I hated looking at it. That's pretty much it. I didn't like having refuse and debris and, like, you know, giant solidified clumps of tetanus laying around all over the place. It feels unsanitary. Can I scan you? Oh, nice, dude. I can scan the shroomies. I'm gonna scan all the plants then, too. Yeah, work that body, little plant. Yeah, there we go. And then I think we've got, like, these little fin guys over here, too. There we go. It desperately wants me to open up the tech tree. And so for right now, we pretty much just need the smelter, don't we? We now have a smelter, so there you go. We've also been given basic conveyor belts and whatnot. We've got containers, and we've got inserters. Gotcha. Oh, apparently there's, like, terraforming. There's, like, a bunch of different categories down here, too. Okay. Fair enough.
Good. You've activated the smelter on the tech tree. Now open up your crafting interface, build one, and place it.
I'm gonna make 2 because I'm aggressive like that. What are these intermediate things that I'm making right here? Copper components? Okay. I just want to be able to visually identify everything that I'm manufacturing just by sight.
Smelters going as soon as possible. A factory is only faster than your hands when you think big.
Yeah, these smelters are kind of little.
Task inbound. Smelter. Supply with ore to produce ingots. Requires plant matter for fuel.
Okay, yeah, everything around here seems to
Now that you've built a
require...
mining drill and a smelter, your next step is to connect them with a conveyor belt and inserters. Inserters move goods from machines to belts, the belts carry them, and a second inserter puts them into a different machine down the line. If you understand this, you'll be on your way to understanding everything.
Question, couldn't I just do it with my hands for this portion of the tutorial? Because, like, I know how these games work. I'm going to spend a bunch of time getting emotionally attached to my machinery and the configuration that it's in, and then I'm going to have to do a full teardown and rebuild, which is going to break my tiny little evil heart every single time. Like, these games, they always follow, like, a perfect blueprint. They make you build some stuff to learn how to play the game, and then later on, you're like, oh, I built this inefficiently. And then you just, like, redo it from scratch. How do we know where the inputs and the outputs are? It actually looks like it's just uniform on either side. I don't think things are designated specifically inputs and outputs. I could be very much wrong. Like, I could be wildly wrong about that, but, like, that's what it feels like to me. So if I wanted to do, like, we've got an inserter. We need iron components. So we're going to need, bare minimum, 4 inserters. And God only knows how many conveyors we're going to need. But largely, we're probably going to want to get this. Did I just tell it to make, like, 270 conveyor belts? I believe that I did. There we go. Just give me... Yeah, exactly. I do like that it lets you, like, straight from the beginning of the game, though, it lets you manufacture bulk, which I think is really, really nice. All right, so while everything else is mashing out, we've got this bad boy right here. And from the arrows, it looks like it takes from the right side, and it gives to the left side.
Task inbound. Inserter.
What it looks like to me anyways. I don't particularly know if I've got this really, like, lined up, but I'm going to do my best. All right? I don't know if it's lined up in a way that's going to be advantageous, but we will pull from there. We will pull from there. And, like, we've got some conveyors, so, like... Okay, that's not going to work. What I need, then, is do we have turns? Like, let's say that I want a turn right here. There we go. Perfect. Actually, that's fairly tactile and understandable. Works out pretty well. And then this is going to be a little bit ugly, okay? There's no way around it. It's just going to be what it is. And then from here, I got to wait for some more belts. It kind of looks like these aren't going to reach, so I don't know if they need to go inside the machine or if it'll be like, and just like fart out the ore into the hand of this thing. I don't know. I'm not super sure on the specificities.
Your smelters can't run without fuel. You should be able to gather enough plant matter in the area to keep everything you've got up and running.
Shouldn't it have a little curve right there like this other part has? I have questions. I'm just gonna deconstruct it real fast and maybe... There, now it has a little curve like the other one has. I don't know why it didn't do the curve by default, but I definitely needed it to do the curve by default. Now that I have all the big boy conveyors, I can possibly get my hand... Ah, dude, you don't go there. Go away. All right, I needed you. There we go. We'll drag that down to there. And, like, honestly, I virtually guarantee you I'm going to need some kind of containment buffer system right here because this thing's going to overload. But, like, let's give her a rip, I guess. I don't want that journal thing on my screen. Please go away. All right, so I've got, like, 200 right there. It's going to start spitting out ore. And we're not grabbing, so these need to be scooched in. They actually do need to be inside the machine. I was worried that inside the machine would not work because there was a yellow warning right there, and yellow usually means something's not going to work properly. In this case, however, though, I think it was meant to denote the fact that, like, hey, this thing is working right here. Let me get this smelter set up with a little bit of its fuel. I don't know if it needs that much fuel. That might be a tad overkill. But now I just need you to go there and you to go there. Perfect. All nice and done. And then I need another one right there. Another one right there. Perfect. And then we've got you. Hey, and looky there, my little robot friends. They're taking care of business. Hey there, have you heard about my robot friend? Oh, it's working. It lit up. Yay! How many ores does it take to make an ingot? Oh, it only takes one. That's kind of magical. We have an input issue. Like I said, I think it's going to need a buffer container before it works, like, entirely. If you don't know what a buffer container is, basically it's just a chest that has, like, mass storage in front of an object. I don't know what the maximum amount of ore this thing's going to be able to hold is, but when it fills up, it's going to create a backup on the line. That's why you create a buffer container, is because it stops those backups from happening quite so aggressively. It looks like I can also just, like, hot plop the ore in there if I want to. Okay.
Your machines can only hold so much at a time before their inventories fill up and they stop working. Try building a storage container and connecting it to the rest of your operation.
I do like the little animated pistons that are, like, grabbing that stuff right there. It looks like it can only hold, like, a certain amount of ore, though, and the amount does not appear to be that much. It appears to be, like, 6 or 7 ore unless you hand load it. Okay. You over here, what are you doing with my copper right now? You doing my copper thing? Realistically, what I would like to do is, let's get rid of some of these rocks right here. Just kind of smooth this area over so that I can use it a little bit better. There we go. There's way too many rocks around here. Just be on your way, lithic baddies. Get on out of here. There we go. All right, so most of the rocks are out of the way. We have some form of production happening over here. It's inefficient, but I can probably fix it at some point. Not too concerned about it. Actually, looks like it's crushing 2 at a time. Yeah. Maybe. We will see. But yeah, we may have overkilled this guy right here. Then again, it's fine. Why worry about it? That guy's not even running anymore because he's full up on 100 iron. This guy over here, what do you have going on here? Take some fuel, and I'm just going to hand load you with copper. Do your thing for a minute. So basically, supply and upgrade the production terminal with 100 ingots of each type. Easy peasy, dude. I got this. I could also create an overflow sequence right here. That's actually another valid option. I kind of like it. So I can't do smelters right now because I need mechanical components. So I think we're going to have to use some of our goodies in order to create the overflow. But that being said, we do have a couple of ingots around. And if I could do just like another smelter, and I could get... I've already got another inserter, right? Yeah, I've already got an extra inserter. Fair enough. So instead what we'll do is maybe we'll put one right here. We'll put that right there. Yeah. And that'll just be like an overflow inserter. It's an ugly solution, but it does fix a problem for right now. And it'll get our production moving a little bit faster. But I do think, I think they're over-tutorializing here. Like, I think basically building a bunch of smelters and hand loading is probably going to be a lot more efficient than designing any type of factory situation right now. That's just my opinion. With 2 smelters, we should have a decent amount of iron rocking out. Over here, copper is still banging along. How are you doing? 12. It's going to be a while till we hit 100. Unless we, I mean, I could jankify this thing. Should I jankify it? You know what? I told you that I was dedicated to the spaghetti-based life. And so, you know what? What kind of content creator would I be if I didn't actually back that up with facts? Let's make the ugliest solution we can possibly think of to this situation. I'm going to need another inserter. So, yes, prepare me for insertion. And then from there, we're going to daisy chain these smelters so that I can hand load one at the end of the line. And it'll just feed from the previous one over. Oh, that's going to take the output, though. It's not going to grab the ore. Yeah, so I was going to daisy chain them, but you can't select. I wonder if I can select what the inserter is going to grab. Inserter. Do you have a customization menu? Can I, decide? I think it only grabs outputs. I was going to say. It would be hilarious, though, if I could put, 600 ore in this one on the end. And then we just have inserters pass down the line as it's got overflow to more smelters that are also passing down the line. I feel like there'd be flow-through problems, but it would be hilarious. It would be a very, very funny solution. All right, so let's get a couple of you, one of you, and we'll just have it offload things over here. The good news is our overflow situation basically handled this over here. Now, if I wanted to be super janky, what I would do is I would add another grabber over on this side that can reach over a tile, and then I put a little conveyor belt over here that puts it on back over to this area, and I'd space it out by one further back. That way you could grab the overflow from both sides. Like I said, dude, I'm a master of inefficiently doing the most efficient thing. I'm really, really good at it. It's specifically... Oh, wow, that container is larger than I thought it would be. Oh. That is quite a grandiose container. All right. Well, since we've already got this over here, let's just call it there we go. Now I just need it to offload. I do like how the items actually look like the items, though. That's always really, really satisfying. I think it looks good. And then we can have it do the same thing. I mean, the offloader is going to take a while, though, I guess. Yeah, the inserter is going to take a little bit. But everything does seem to be indicated in a proper way. It's not hard to figure out. Once you've done it the first time, the inputs and outputs are pretty simple. Hopefully we get faster inserters. The inserter would be more efficient if it had an arm on both sides and it rotated all the way around. So it grabs, turns, grabs and drops simultaneously, turns, drops, grabs. You see what I'm saying? Where it's got like an arm on both sides so that it does like a full 360 and you get more efficiency out. It grabs as it drops on the other side. That's what I want next. I wonder if that's a thing in this game. I don't know, but either way, the tutorial is happy with me for now. And that's pretty rare because, like, having worked on the internet for a long time, nobody's ever happy with me. That's a thing that I've learned over the last decade. Everybody is always so angry, and there's just nothing you can do about it. That's just par for the course, baby. I think I can sneak this on past, although we might want to sneak it out a little bit wider. Yeah, I'll put a turn in it real fast. So what we'll do is we'll have it go that way, and then we'll have it go out, and then outbound like so. Like so. And then inserter. I require another one of you. Insertion. Report for duty. I guess I didn't want to build two. I just wanted to build one, but I'm probably going to need more inserters at some point, so like whatever. There we go. Now we have offloading taking place. If we wanted to be like really, really, really cool, we could have an inserter start dumping things onto the line over here, but I think that's going to max it out, and I don't think there's too many ways around that. There are some little quality of life things in here that are kind of nice, too. Like, if you take a look at the machines, in the bottom left, it'll tell you how much fuel, how much input, and how much output it has going on right there without you having to open the machine. I actually just noticed that. That's a nice little feature. I dig it, and I don't just mean that because I'm in a mining operation. Okay, so we've got the upgrade, or we've got the terminal upgrade ready to go. So let's knock that out real fast. And we'll kind of like throw this together. So you got 50 right there, you got 100 right there, you got 100 right there. Upgrade!
We've upgraded this PT as much as we can. The radio works now, but only for incoming transmissions. And the signal it gives you probably won't be one we can get to with a pickaxe. A mole terrain manipulator should be able to cut through, but we still need to find enough fragments of one to unlock the tech. You might want to look around for some echo sketch fragments, too. Never hurts to see where you're going.
An echo sketch fragment? Alright, well, since we're in the exploratory aspect of the game right now, so far, I like it. Like, the game right now has, like, no graphics options, no graphics menu or anything else like that. I took a look around, and it doesn't look like I can fiddle with too much inside of here. Hopefully that fleshes out a little bit more, because I have noticed some jaggy edges on some of the models and whatnot, and my first instinct was to be like, oh, yeah, the game didn't start up with, you know, anisotropy or anti-aliasing or whatever else, which makes me want to, like, fiddle with stuff and, like, make it all look nice and smooth. But for right now, it looks like those options actually aren't inside this demo. Still, from what I've seen of Techtonica, there's some nice quality of life here. Everything makes sense and is easy to figure out very, very rapidly. You know, if you're looking for another factory game, there's this one coming out. There's Foundry coming out. There's Satisfactory. There's Factorio, which is the granddaddy of all this stuff. There's Junk Punk. There's a lot of these little games coming around Mindustry. I mean, there's a bunch of them, I guess, now that I think about it. But the internet has an insatiable lust for more factory building games. It never stops. And now they've drawn me into it. I did my best. I was like, no, dude, I don't like factory automation games. They make my head hurt. They make me feel sad in my intellectual noodle because I'm dumb. But what I have learned is that actually I find these games really addictive now that I've given them another try. And so anyways, ooh, there's like a building over here. What's up with this building? Ooh, there's thingies in it. What is that? A mole fragment.
Task inbound.
And then that's the echo sketch. Gotcha.
Generates a dynamic map of immediate vicinity from sonar data.
Is there anything inside the Staraji that I want? Oh, just like 20 iron. I mean, it's better than nothing. I can't help but notice you didn't give me enough parts. All right, so I guess I'm going to have to kind of like run around. There is a...
Identified. Lima sector manufacturing orders. All files corrupted.
I'm actually kind of impressed with the quality of the voice acting, too, on what is, like, obviously a very, very small project. The main operator lady is actually a really, really good voice actress who knows, like, intonation and how to lead sentences into one another. And, like, it sounds good to me, in all honesty. I figured with most small titles, it's just like they hash it together real fast because of budgetary issues. But the voice actress did a really good job, too. So, like, this might be one worth keeping an eye on. This is Techtonica. We haven't done any of the cool super crazy stuff yet, but it's just a demo showing off like a 0.1 version of the game to get people amped up and excited about the concept of what might be. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we're taking a look at Techtonica, a game about building a factory, but also about exploring never-ending, sprawling cave systems. A little bit of like a Subnautica vibe inside of there, too, with like the scanning technology and trying to find fragments that are laying around.
Some of these passages have caved in. Try hacking your way through any walls that look like they don't belong there.
I mean, I'm totally fine with that. Like, I'm gonna hack away. But anyways, I was doing my outro. Is it okay if I continue? Do I have the corporate go-ahead? Have we filed the requisite paperwork with HR that I can finish the video? We have? Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to check and make sure that our bureaucracy was in order. So anyways, this is Techtonica, a game that wears a lot of its influences on its sleeve. However, as of right now, I haven't really seen anything that makes me say this is a rough edge. Potentially, like, even for a very early alpha, I can see quality of life here. It's very, very clear how things work. And things like the conveyor belts are already clumping and curving properly. Little sticky areas where games tend to get themselves in trouble in this genre. And so anyways, might be one worth raising your eyebrow over and maybe going and trying out the demo and seeing how far you can get in. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. It's time for me to go. Farewell, everybody. Bye-bye.